Sorry about that, guys. I was looking for my other logo and I did not find it. I didn't prepare very well for this because I got looking at the time and noticed that it is really, really close to bedtime. So, this is server news for Seattle Sanctuary. I do apologize. I did not get to doing an Iron Man video yesterday or today because, yeah, um, I hit a massive speed bump and was forced to. Um, well, I was forced to traverse it, um, and then I got sidetracked, and I found a rabbit hole, and I found another one, and yeah, the more I tried to fix and work on, the more I found that needed to be worked on, and before you know it, yeah, it's already bedtime. But I wanted to at least get out some server news for you. I spent the better part of the morning going over the uh, all the documentation, the settings, the database files, all that stuff for the server, and for the new mod pack that I'm about to put in. Don't worry, it's not going to hit just yet. I still have to do some tweaks and whatnot with it, so probably next Sunday. Maybe next Monday. I don't know yet. I will update you as the week goes on through the Iron Man videos, as this is typically the only server news video I do each week if I'm able to put one out. And I'm not going to go into what it is just yet, but just know that it is it's a pack. It's not one mod. It's multi-mod. But it covers quite a bit of the stuff that's already on the server. Oh, sorry about that. I moved my mouse because I talk with my hands. So if my hand is on my mouse, it's moving too. Um, Stop laughing at me, Biddy. um, I do have to give a special thanks to Old Biddy Gaming. She was on a good portion of today. I did not get a chance to watch her videos, but let me show you just what she's been up to today. Because I don't know if she's going to get a chance to come over and show you herself, but she insisted to start, well, not to start with, but about midway through the process. She didn't insist. I know, I tend to exaggerate. She wanted to know if I put up some signs. That way people knew where the inn was and knew, because she knows as well as I do, all this vacant space is going to get used. So she wanted a marker to signify what we got going on here. So you have North Point Inn and North Point Kitchen in the same building. This is the new revised inn since I've actually, let's back up just a second. But since I put in the work in putting the building together, we now have, to start with, a unicorn and baby statue outside. We have an eagle statue outside. And over there, between, we're going to go up to it just so that you can see it, but between the melee combat and the archery combat, which is right here, we have our new Drake statue. And I don't know that I actually, did I secure this thing? I think I did. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm not worried about the people that play regularly on this server. I'm more concerned with the people that stop by and have no intentions on staying, and they just want to bash and ruin a bunch of stuff. So it's not going to stop anyone from doing what they want to do, but I'm hoping it's enough of a deterrent We try to keep the starter town looking nice. I mean, we're obviously putting some work into it for you guys. Let me show you here. We're gonna fly up. So the look of the inn has changed. Okay. And don't worry, we'll get to the building next to it here in a minute. Let's go inside as we speed through the doors. It is now lit up. There are tapestries. There's chairs and tables. There's a nice warm fireplace with some chairs and a couple of little end tables. I didn't realize she did that. Okay, well, that's cool though. And yes, you can. Oh, if I get close enough. It's already burning? It's already burning. So apparently it's already burning. Let's snuff it. And it's not going to let me snuff it. Biddy. We have an unsnuffable fireplace. Okay, well, I'll have to fix that later. Anyway, we have some signs on the wall that I put up. The lobby floor are the free beds. Second level are the will cost you 10 iron per stay. And then the top level are the citizens' beds. This may be your only opportunity to see the citizen beds. But let's take a look around. I mean, she put some rugs down. There's bookcases. There's the jewel board. And since I'm really low anyway, I'm going to go ahead and eat. And there, you notice there is no option to eat. It's just taste it. But watch the food meter up here. Poof. Done. Full health, full nutrition, full calories, carbs, fats, and proteins. Please do not take advantage of this, but take advantage of it. By that, I mean if you're here, if you're new, you haven't started off yet, if you're passing through or whatever, grab a bite of food on me. It's going to stay there. But I'm asking if you're going to park a deed just outside of town, use this when you have to. But the whole point of the game is to actually, kind of play the game and provide for yourself and so forth. So let's take a. That's enough on that. We'll take a look at the rooms. These are the free beds in here. Okay, they are straw cots, or well, straw beds, whatever. Um, she put a few chests in here, so if you needed a place to store some belongings or whatever temporarily, you can do that. I would not advise leaving stuff in there because, well, first of all, there's no guarantee that if you put something in a chest, you're going to be able to get it back. We have not tested that yet. But they're there mostly for decoration. But secondly, if you put something in a chest and you decide to use a cot or bed or whatever, nothing is securing that. So anything you put in there could be gone when you come back on. I would hope that there's nobody that's rummaging through chests and whatnot and people's deeds and just to see if they can score or grab a quick score. But see, here's another one. All right. So there are plenty of places to put chests and or things in different chests. Let's move up to the second floor. And I'm sorry, there was no way I could get rid of the smokestack from the ovens. They're just going to be there. On a side note, if you're up here and you right click on one, you can still open the oven. Not that I would really want to do my cooking up here, but okay. Second level. These are the rooms. If I can squeeze in here. So there's a little chair. There's a birchwood coffer. Oh, that needs to be secured as well, Biddy. It's not going to let me secure it. Hang on. I have my wand on. Why am I not able to secure this? I don't know. Maybe I'm bugged again. Maybe it'll fix itself when let's see. Do not have permission to secure that? I'm the mayor of the town. So yeah, I will be fixing that. So these beds, as you can see, I can set the prices. The lowest price is 10 iron. This is because these beds offer 100% sleep bonus. The straw cots do not. They offer 75% sleep bonus, but they are free. See, and this one doesn't. This one's got a little candelabra. Was there not one in this room? I can't remember. Oh, there it is, behind the door. Okay. Um, so anyway, that's basically what all of these rooms look like. They're all the same size. Oh, she put a full wardrobe in there, but they all look a little bit different. And it's kind of nice, you know. The doors are not locked on any of these. Um, so you can go to any one of those rooms, pay the 10 iron, and get 100% sleep bonus. Or you can go downstairs and jump on a cot and get 75% sleep bonus for free. We put in, like I said, there's tapestries. There's another one back here. I'll get in a better spot so you can see this one. And yeah, everything's got that weird sheen because everything's 100 quality level. They're fantastic builds. And then little girl statue. And then there's the, if I can spin around right. And there's the boy with his dog. Yes, technically it's two different statues, but okay, we'll go up to the third floor. I don't think she's gotten to that one yet. Let's go over this way because I know one that she's gotten to. These are the rooms that are for the citizens of the deed. Oh, I thought she got to this one. Maybe it was this one. Uh, was it this one? Biddy? Which one did you work on? Oh, this one. Completely different than the one I thought she was doing. So they got their own oven in here. There's a washing bowl here, cupboard, table and chairs, little birchwood coffer. If you come up the stairs, got a full wardrobe, kind of covering up the spout for the oven there. Another candelabra, a royal chase lounge, another little chest, little coffer, and then the cedarwood canopy bed. This also offers 100% sleep bonus, but these rooms, there's only 4 of them at the moment, but these rooms are going to be offered to citizens of the deed. That is North Point, the starter town. Currently, there are no citizens of this deed. Okay, so you can look out. This is a good chunk of this is probably going to be farmland, but I haven't quite decided yet. And then you got the tower, you got the um, combat practice, the melee practice. There's the marketplace. Archery. That is the eastern wall that leads down to the docks. And then somebody, I don't know exactly who, I don't think it was me, but somebody started here at the deed and started putting in a road that way to the west. Um, let's see if I can sneak out just enough. The road to the south was one of the things I just had to fix. It was way wonky. I actually took time to level this entire deed, yes, using GM commands, and it messed so much up. So I had to fix that. Okay, and last but not least, in here is the North Point kitchen. Whoa, hello, Spirit Templar. So I have 4 ovens in here, free of use. There's nothing in any of them right now, but you can use them no charge. Even if you're just passing through, come in, use an oven, practice your skills. There are food storage bins that are accessible. Again, we need to test them because if you put something in, I can't guarantee you can get it back out. Larders, same thing. There's 2 larders. There's 3 food storage bins. Once I verify that it actually does work with a tune, what I'll do is I'll put some stuff in it myself, and I'll log one of my other testing tunes on that have absolutely no power whatsoever, no skill, no nothing on this server, and I'll see if I can actually take the stuff out. If I can, I'll let you guys know, and then anytime anyone comes in, and let's say you've got extra supplies on you, just want food supplies, you just want to dump it off. Let somebody else practice their skill or whatnot. You can dump it in these food storage bins, and anybody else can come in, grab some stuff, practice their cooking, get their skill ups or whatnot. Maybe they made a bunch of breakfasts or whatever, and really don't want to take them with them. They can dump them in the larder. Well, if they're in the larder, that's free foods for somebody else. For road food, because obviously you don't need food if you're hitting the jewel board. But there is the inn. So I hope you guys like that. It has come a long way from how I had it set up. Okay, on to the next thing. I spent the last couple of hours working on this. This is the newly revised Crafter's Corner. Those of you that watched my previous my run on the Mythmore server, my deed's name was Crafter's Corner originally, but I decided to actually make a Crafter's Corner. So for now, and this is only for now, we have lights in here. It's nice, wide open. It's large enough here where you can actually get your carts and stuff in. Please try not to block. I mean, it's only 1 tile wide. So if you're in here, try not to block other people. I'm going to try to leave this center area open so you can park your cart in here. But I may not do that. If I don't, if I put other tools in there, then try to pull it up where it's in your stall or at least somewhat out of the way. Or better yet, instead of pulling your cart inside, pull it up alongside. Because if you pull it up alongside, you can still come in and work. And hey, guess what? Glitch. Guess what? You can have your cart open right next to you, have this open, and be working between the two. Not to mention your inventory. So do like I do and have multiple things open so you're shifting things around and all that stuff. Just like with the forges, the smelters, the large anvils, they're all down in the mine. The kilns are all quality level 100 and fantastic. Same with the ovens, the larders, and the food storage bins over in the kitchen. And, we got to go around this. I only have one of these up so far, but I'm going to be putting more down. The spinning wheel, so that people have access to using the spinning wheel. The floor loom, we have access to the floor loom. And I thought this was a... oh, I guess you just add it to the crafting window. Yeah, instead. Okay. But that way you have a spinning wheel to use. You have a floor loom to use. And you can... why did that still say spinning wheel? Oh, that says floor loom there and spinning wheel. Okay, never mind. I don't think you can actually... no, you can't open it. It's not a container. But I'm probably going to be adding a bunch more stuff. Okay. If you guys have any suggestions on what else should be in here, I don't plan on, just so we're clear, I do not plan on making more forges, more ovens, more smelters. Those all have a location. I'm talking about other things that should be down, either here or in the kitchen or even down at the mine. Permanent tools that can be, like the kiln, or the oven or forge or whatnot, where they're just there and you open them up to put your stuff in. Or temporary tools that just get added to the crafting window, like the loom and the large anvil, the spinning wheel, stuff like that, that can be placed on the floor and just added from the floor to your crafting. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what I'm missing, what you would like to see added, and where you think the best location for it would be as far as what other tools are used in conjunction with it. Now, I do know the kiln, oftentimes it's argued that it should be near the oven because you make pottery and then you immediately go to the oven and start cooking with it. It's two different skill sets. This is a pottery skill set. That's cooking. So just because you can make something with pottery doesn't mean that it's a cooking thing. It's a different skill that you're working on. So I'm not gonna be putting the kilns in with the ovens. I'm sorry. Kilns belong outside. It's for a different skill set. If somebody's wanting to work on their pottery skill or whatnot, they don't want to be forced to work in the kitchen next to somebody else that's cooking food or whatever. They want to have their own spot, and I'm going to honor that. Same with the sewing stuff. Yes, technically, you could argue that well, these should be down on the docks because of shipbuilders. Well, that doesn't make any sense. This is a different skill altogether. Well, but shipbuilders need, sails or what? Yeah, but because they need sails, that doesn't necessarily mean that they need a loom. There's a spot for the loom. But what I'm asking is if you know of other items, let's use the kiln for example. If you are focused on skilling up your pottery skill, what items do you need beyond hand tools that you actually carry around? And what I'm trying to say is, if somebody leaves their deed, is traveling around, has collected up some stuff, and is on their way to go visit somebody else or whatever, if they stop in here to put the stuff together, what basic implements do they need besides the kiln to be able to do what they need to do? I am not saying, oh, well, hey, a lumberjack needs axes and they need saws and no, I'm not putting those kind of tools down. I'm specifically talking about the tools that get added to the crafting window that can be placed on the ground that are left in place. Or like the kiln. The kiln is not a tool. It's actually considered a furnace. But things like that are what I'm looking for. I'm looking to fill this place out. Yes, most likely I will be adding a few other chests, bulk storage bins, that sort of thing. That way, if anybody comes on and maybe they've gathered up a ton of clay and they've made everything that they were going to make and have excess, but they don't want to carry it around with them or want to be nice, and they just, you know what, I'm on my way to North Point anyway for this over here. Why don't I swing by this, clay pit, dig up a bunch of clay and bring it up there and just dump it off for somebody to mess around with? I don't need it, but I'll grab it for somebody else. I've already got a player on the server that wants to run around to the different guard towers and plant cotton. Why on earth would he want to do that? Easy. What's the reason that you run to a guard tower? My guess is you're being chased by something, and chances are it's probably hit you a couple of times. That's why you're running to the guards. So if the guards get it off your tail feathers, and there's a field of cotton right next to you, you can pick some cotton. Now you got something to bind your wounds with. I think it's a fantastic idea. By all means, go plant cotton next to the guard tower. Don't overwhelm the area with it, but a few crops here and there. Why not? If somebody wants to run through, maybe you didn't plant them, but you've got some extra cotton seeds on you as you're running past and happen to notice that there isn't any at that guard tower. Maybe somebody used them and didn't get a chance to plant them back in. If you got extra seeds, take a second, plant some cotton for the next guy, even if you don't need it. Or who knows, maybe you're the one that's going to need it in the future. That gives it a chance to grow, so you've got something to bind your wounds with. So it is still dark, but one last thing that I wanted to show you, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to because it is dark. All that water out there. Okay, and actually we're going to take a cheater shortcut. We're going to teleport to Biddy's Hideaway. We're going to go here. I honestly don't care if you guys can see what I do because I have nothing to hide. Okay, welcome to Biddy's Hideaway. She has her second pasture. She doesn't have any animals in there yet, but and of course all the chop. Her mine right over the hill there. Where'd it go? Right there. I saw it peek through the trees. Her mine's there. We're not going to go inside because that's not the point in being here. And then her farms. Ooh, Biddy. You probably should organize that stuff a little better. It's all catty-wonky. Okay, so you can kind of see it. See this line right here? And how it cuts down this way. And there's a line here. And it cuts down and it cuts down again. That's what I've been working on, is going around the entire, you can kind of see it here as well. I've been going around the entire shoreline for days now, cleaning up the shallow water. Now, I said it before, and I apologize if I make anyone angry, because that's not not what I'm aiming to do. But I'm not going to go through and clean up every bit of shoreline. There are multiple reasons for that. Yes, I understand the larger boats need clear passage. Well, in a narrow area like this, I've made sure that there is passage right through the center. Larger boats need the passage for multiple reasons, one of which is for transporting cargo. If they can't get it to shore, they can't transport it. I mean, they can transport it, but what's the point in transporting if you can't get it to shore? So I understand that. But the argument still remains, not every ship's going to be a large ship. This is a new server. Therefore, most players are going to be starting off with a rowboat or the little Viking boat. They go in shallow water. The larger vessels require a deeper channel. I get that. But if I was to wipe out this entire shoreline, number one, the tools that I have at hand, I could literally wipe out the entire shoreline. And I'm not talking in a good way. I mean, wipe out the shoreline. Not wipe out here, wipe out the shoreline. They're very, very difficult to maneuver. But if I was to do that, not only do I run that risk if I get too close, but also it takes away the need for dredging, which in and of itself is another skill. It eliminates the use of nets, because nets only work in shallow water. So anyone just starting off their fishing skill, wanting to make a net to go out and get a few of the smaller fish to start their skill off, that would eliminate that entire line. So they'd have no choice but to immediately go all the way up to making a fishing rod and having to have tackle and all that stuff, because everything's too deep for a net. So I have to balance everything out. So what I am doing is, in some areas it's already super shallow. In other areas it's not. But I can show you. These are my vessels that I created specifically for, since we're right here at Biddy's Hideaway. I made them so that she could show in one of her videos what the different boats on Worm Unlimited are. Kind of a different thing for her to do. So there's the rowboat. That's the sailboat. And forgive me, I don't remember all the doggone names, but oh, I guess it actually does say. That's a Nar. The Caravel. That is the Corbita. That's the Cog. And what I did is I actually made up some dies. No, I don't have the skills to do that. I GM'd in, I cheated, GM'd in some dies so I could dye this mast. And the boat itself is actually dyed white, but in this game, white is effectively transparent. Um, and then this one was dyed red with a white sail. That one I left plain, so there's no dye on that boat at all. This one was the green. We'll get in so you can see it. It's kind of a yellowish green, almost. And then, of course, the blue. And this is Black Beauty. That is all black sails and all black wood. That is as dark as it gets. Now, because it's a fantastic quality level 100 um, item, it glows that weird yellow glow. So you have to catch it when it's not glowing, like right there. That's exactly what it's supposed to look like, but that glow kind of fades or shimmies around, so it's a little more difficult. But that is Black Beauty. She's probably going to be the vessel that I use the most if I use one. The downside to these larger vessels, and there's been a lot of arguments about it. Okay, I can see just fine this way. I can kind of see fine behind me. I can see just fine this way. But if I look to the front, that's a little difficult. So what I had to do, I took her out for a quick sail, and what I had to do was basically sail her sideways. Yes, that's very, very odd. And the fact that this game doesn't have any clipping for the most part makes it even weirder. Okay, so we are going to kick off of here, disembark. Okay. So this whole area, for the most part, has been cleared away. And guys, I have to do this either single tile or 3x3, 5x5, or 9x9. That's why I said it's really, really difficult, especially if I'm using the wrong tool. If I'm running a 9x9, it's literally going 9 across, 9 this way, 9 this way, 9 this way, and everything in that square is getting wiped out. So it's going to take some time, and it's becoming daylight, so I might be able to show you this real quick. Other than that, there's not really a whole lot of server news this week. Biddy and I have been hard at work today to fix the inn. We've been slowly tackling other small issues. I did extend the western road down for a couple of other guys that have an island over there. Oh, well, they don't have an island. They chose to deed up on an island. And one guy was kind of struggling to get to and from town and having to cut through the woods or whatever. So I put in some guard towers and whatnot. That was a couple of weeks ago, so I'm not sure if that was even mentioned before this video, but it may have been mentioned in the last one. I just can't remember if I actually did or not. I'm pulling back a little bit so I can see. Okay, I think I actually cleared out all of this here. Yeah, you can see where I stopped. So there's a line right there that kind of shows you where I stopped. So I still have to clear up this around the shore here. I'm probably going to have to clear up this over here. You know, and then there's this whole area, and that is only part of this whole eastern side. I mean, I'm actually I think down right there. I think is where the Iron Man saga's at. It's either right there or it's right here. I think it's right here. Um, so I'm pretty far south right now. Um, I'm diligently trying to get all this dealt with, get it all cleaned up. Actually, that's a better view of it. You can see how difficult this tool is to use to get everything cleaned up. So all I'm focusing on for the moment is just creating a channel. So do me a favor, if you're using a large vessel, watch how the water or how the land under the water is reacting to where you're at. Aim if you're going through a narrow area, aim for the center of the channel, because that's where I'm going to be working to start with. I'm going to go through and try to get all the channels and everything cleared up and the shorelines and whatnot for the most part, so that anybody can sail wherever to start with. But you gotta pay attention. Take a dredge with you. That's another thing that would be killed if I killed the entire shoreline. The whole dredging aspect of the game goes away. There's no point in it. Um, so there has to be stuff left for other people to do, to get skill ups, to do different things, to terraform how they want. But I have no problem cleaning up the center channels. And in fact, a lot of the western side of the island, of the mainland, um, is pretty much all deep water. So go to uh, uh, worm-unlimited.com, do a search for Seattle Sanctuary. We're the only ones in the list if you type in Seattle. And then the link that's provided for the website is the link that'll actually take you to the map. This map, this custom-made map, that's where you're going to find it. Go there, switch it over to topography, and take a look. If you're planning on coming on and you're planning on having a big ship or whatnot, or you've already been on and you've got a big ship that you know needs deeper water, take a mental note of where things might be a little shallow, where things aren't, so that you know kind of where you can travel for the moment. Um, and just know that I am working on this. There's still a lot of work to be done, but I've got to split my time up. Not only am I working on the water, but I'm working on um, North Point. I'm working on way somewhere way over the mountains over there is Outpost 13. At some point, I'm going to be putting another outpost on this island chain. So there'll be 3 main towns, all effectively owned and ran by me, but 3 main ports that people can go to for trading, for merchants, for whatever. They're going to be the goal is anyway that they will be the hubs for people to go to. Yes, you can go out and you can deed and you can do everything on your own or whatnot, but what happens when you get to that point where you're wanting to sell your stuff? Where do you go? How do you find people? That's where the people are going to go, is established locations that they know. Oh, well, hey, I'm gonna sail down this way and see what I can find. Oh, hey, what's that? There's a city over there. What's that? Let's go check that out. And they get there and they find out, hey, you know what? There's merchant booths here. Hey, there's still a few of them for sale. I wonder what it's going to cost to get, a merchant booth. You find this guy that's selling the contracts, see how much it costs, go back to your deed, save up for it or whatever. When you get enough money, you've got 3 different locations that you can post up a merchant that's going to be in a marketplace style atmosphere where you know people are going to be coming. We don't have that many people on this server, but I guarantee you at least half of the people that are coming on here that are playing regularly um, have been going through North Point for a lot of different things. I was just um, running around the server this morning checking on people and seeing how things were, and okay, well, it's dark, so I need to go get some work done on the inn, and I popped in, and there was a guy using, and this guy had been on the server for a little while, but he decided that he needed to come back to North Point to use the combat practice dolls to get his combat skill up. And that's exactly what he was doing. Why go risk life and limb fighting animals when you can use the combat dummies for free? They don't fight back. You can actually get your skill up to 20 with those combat dummies and the archery targets. Go make yourself a bow, make some arrows or whatnot. Go use the archery targets. Why not? Get your archery skill up for free. So I'm trying to make this a very inviting place at North Point. Oh, I guess it's up that way. Um, I'm trying to make it a very inviting place for people to come, people to know that it's got a lot of things to offer, that they can come there and they're more than welcome to use the stuff that's there. Let's go back up there real quick. So we're gonna go. Actually, I want to see. Yeah, I'm the only one on the server right now. We can go back to North Point. Come on. So at the moment, combat training dolls, free to use. Marketplace, massive marketplace. Archery, free to use. The mine over here, free to use, including ore veins in there. Um, we now have the kilns for pottery, the looms, and hopefully in the next day or two, I'm going to get some more spinning wheels in here. Um, really depends on how things go, but I have to do an Iron Man video tomorrow, and I've got band practice tomorrow, so I'm going to try. But I still got to decorate this and put some, um, bulk storage bins and chests and all that stuff in here in case people want to drop stuff for other people, or they need somewhere temporarily while they're there. While they're at the kiln working on stuff or whatever, I'm out of room, I got to drop something somewhere. It gives them a spot they can drop it in temporarily, so they can keep going, and then they can pull it out if Um, but so yeah, there's more stuff that has to be done with this. That's going to be added. There's kitchen stuff in here that they can use. There's free beds they can use. I'm going to be putting in farmland. I mean, there's some cotton right here that can probably be harvested. More cotton can be planted. If somebody wants to come through and hack out these trees, there's some wood that they can use to fuel these furnaces. I'm trying to set up a bunch of different stuff. I'm going to be putting in probably back in this area here. Um, I'm going to be setting up an animal husbandry area. Every animal will be branded. That way, nobody can say, "Oh, that's my cow. That's my whatever." It'll be branded for the deed. But you can come in and you can practice grooming. You can I don't know what all's involved in husbandry. If you are watching this video and you play on this server, or if you just want to leave a comment down below or whatever and help me figure it out, great. Otherwise, I'm going to probably, and she's going to slap me for it, I'm going to probably rely on my other GM, uh, Miss Old Gaming Biddy, or Old Biddy Gaming, um, to um, deal with the husbandry side of it. I don't have no problem building fences and all that stuff. I can craft my tail feathers off, but I there are a lot of aspects of this game that I have no clue about because it's areas that I never chose to go into. I don't know a lot about the farming thing. I just kind of figured that out recently. Most of it on my own, but a good portion of it was from other people that helped me along the way, that were telling me what I was doing wrong. But so yeah, probably farmland over here. Um, I don't know what if you guys have suggestions on what else needs to go into North Point to make it more accommodating for new players. Different ways that they could get skill ups without dealing with the dangers of the wild. So prepare them to go out and set up their deed or whatever. Um, Different points of or things of interest. Um, I may even Mythmore had, and I'm gonna kind of expose them a little bit, and I hope nobody over there takes offense to it, but in their starter town, they had a building that you could go through that actually kind of explained what the different size containers were and what the different weapons were, and I may end up doing something like that here too. It's good for new players to be able I mean, and I mean brand new players, to be able to go through and see what the different things are, different things they can craft, different, I may end up having some, like they had like a pile of clay with a sign that said, what you can do with clay and tar, and so I may turn North Point into a full-on new player tutorial starter town. I don't know yet. Um, Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. Give me some suggestions on what can be done, what should be done, what I should leave alone, what really needs to be added. I'm actually thinking about taking these braziers out because they really don't emit a whole lot of light, and replacing them with something else. I kind of like these. Let's go back down here. I kind of like these iron hanging lamps. They're nice and bright, and believe me, they are definitely bright. Um, but these braziers, you would think, should be pretty doggone bright as well, and they just simply are not. They they disappoint me. Um, but yeah, let's take a quick look over here. See, this is not my slate bricks. This is packed dirt. That's it. Just packed dirt. So if we go on this way, the road drops. There's some grass. It's ill maintained. And I believe this is peat here. Yep, that's peat there. And then it cuts this way. There's a black wolf. Somebody saw a blue dragon hatch. Oh, and it cuts down to one lane through here. All right, what is... Oh, that's the backside of a cow that looked like a tombstone. Yeah, and I'm sure you guys have noticed I'm doing 56.16 kilometers per hour. You're never going to get anywhere near that fast on a regular character. Oh, and now we go to cobblestone. And there's a cart. Who owns this cart? Let's examine. Zomboner. So his deed's probably around here somewhere. Oh, see? Hey, Biddy. There's lavender right there. I told you it's around. It's just few and far between. Biddy was asking if there was flowers, if I planted flowers on the map. Yeah, they're here. Believe me, they're here. Wow, he must be a ways down here. Woo, woo. Let's zoom up and see what we can see. I don't see a deed over here. Must be a pretty small deed, I guess. But I thought the map said that there was a deed over here. I don't see any buildings or anything. I can definitely see there's a spider or something right there. There you go. This is the top half of the island. Um, so Biddy is over in this area. Way down here somewhere, is the Iron Man saga. The road that I brought down, I gotta get up just a little further. Okay, so the road comes down this way, and then this mountain range here, it kind of splits two ways, and it goes to the east and it goes to the west. Um, I think it's this island right here that there's a couple of guys that have posted up over here, and I brought the western road over along this way so that they could get back and forth. There you go. There's a pulled out view of the server. It is now well past my bedtime, so I need to get off here. But yeah, as far as server news goes, I don't really have a whole lot for you other than letting you know that I'm still working on a bunch of stuff. I have not forgotten about anybody. Um, there have been a bunch of little issues that have come up. For example, um, I spent 2 days combing through the server's database, the player database, trying to figure out what was going on with this character. Oh, there's a cat. Um, Alpha, my main GM character, and yes, I do have a second GM. Um, just in case something happens with one, I can jump right back in and get the issue dealt with another one. Um, but believe it or not, I actually have two GMs. My Iron Man character, I've got at least 3 or 4 test characters, and then I actually do have a character that I created actually to play. I'm not saying that I've actually even gained even one skill with that character yet, because I'm focused so much on trying to work on the server and get all of this stuff dealt with. Um, the game is not going to be any fun for me if it's not fun for other people to play as well. And I actually enjoy doing server maintenance and being creative. And I mean, no, I'm not getting skill ups and all that stuff. I mean, I can show you my skills are doctored so that I can do almost everything I need to on the server. I mean, look at this. My skills are doctored. No, I don't have all of the skills because I don't need them. Why would I need shields? I'm invisible to everything. And even if I wasn't invisible, I'm invulnerable to everything. Carpentry skill, masonry skill, pottery, digging, mining. It's all doctored. So I don't really, I mean, I'm already end game. With this tune, I can literally do anything on this server that is doable. And if somebody has a need or whatever, I like to be able to say, "Hey, give me a second, I'll be right there," and I can go help them out. Um, I can sneak in and visit people, and I mean, even across the server, I can just poof, I'm there. Hey, do you need anything while I'm in the area? Even if I wasn't in the area, I mean, the whole server I'm is me being in the area. But if somebody needs something, and I've ran into it a few times, if they're a little shy and they don't really want to ask for help or whatever, I want the players on this server, whoever they are, however far down the road it ends up being, to feel comfortable saying, "Hey, would you mind coming giving me a hand? I can't figure this out," or "Hey, I really messed up. Can you help me fix it?" Yes, yes, I can. I don't want anyone to be afraid to ask for help or think that, oh well, this is so and so server. I don't want to peeve them off or no. This is guys. I'm telling you right now. This is not my server. This is not Biddy's server. This is not anyone's server. This is all of our server. Seattle Sanctuary belongs to us. Us. That means everyone that plays on this server has a stake in it. And that's how I like it. Sure, I pay the bill. Technically, I'm in charge. I've put myself there because I pay the bill. Um, but the design of the server, don't ask me if you can build something somewhere. Go build it. I'm telling you right now, go build it. This is a dynamic world. If somebody isn't going to like the fact that you built something somewhere, well, there's an old saying for that, and I'm not allowed to say it because YouTube will probably slap me for it. But it begins tough, um, and the next part is or the next word is a part of a cow. Um, but go do what you need to do. I don't care where you deed. I don't care if you know what, I'm going to go work on some roads and I'm going to, I think I'm going to run it this way or whatever. Well, maybe I should ask. No, you did. Believe me, if you start asking me how I want the roads built, I'm going to ignore you. Um, this is your server. It's our server. Build the roads how you see fit. And somebody down the road will come along and they'll build a different road or they'll modify that one and somebody else will come by and they'll do the same thing and they'll modify that one. Maybe they don't like cobblestone, they want slate brick. Maybe they don't like slate brick, they want marble slab. It's going to keep getting modified by different people. It's a dynamic world. If something goes into decay, it's going to go away anyway. It's just pixels on a screen, guys. I'm not possessive over this server. If you want to come into North Point and start making farmland, turning this whole segment into farms, whoever put this in did not ask me to put it in. They just put it in. Am I mad about it? No. Of course not. I want the people on this server to have fun, and if things are not working right, that's my job. It's my job to go fix it, and I have fun doing that. I have fun interacting with people. I have fun um, popping in and just saying hi and hey, do you have any food on you? Oh yeah, I've got a couple of, okay. Well, here, and I'll throw down a jewel board in front of them and give them full stamina, or not full stamina, but I'll give them their full bar so that they can keep going and keep their food for themselves because they're going to need it later on. They may not see me for a few days. They may not see me for a week because I'm off doing stuff for other people. Um, I had one person, in fact, the person that that actually built the first Corbita on this server. I went in, checked on them, and to see how they were doing. I hadn't heard from them a little while, um, and they said that they've been working on tailoring, and they're just they were struggling to get their skill up because they didn't have a high enough quality needle for tailoring. They were shy by just a couple of points, and they didn't have the materials to be able to get it up that couple of points. So I pulled a needle out of thin air that was just high enough. I'm not going to give you something that's 99 quality when you're working on with something that's a 12 quality or whatever. If you're working with a 12 quality item and you absolutely need something that's a 15 quality item in order to get something accomplished, and you still have 100, 200, 300 things to do with it before you're even done, yeah, I'm going to help you out. Um, because, I mean, the game's already hard enough, but why shouldn't we help each other out? That's what I'm doing on this server. So that's going to be it, guys. I hope this was informative and it was a good video for you. I hope it answered some questions. If you've got more questions, please leave them in the comments. This board is out of date. Do not listen to what this board says. Let's see. Read messages. November 9th was the last posting, then October 19th before that. So I am going to go through and I'm going to clean this board up in the next few days, and I'm going to post up new messages on there. I've been so busy with everything else that I have not updated that board, but that is the message board. Oh, I forgot I'm still flying. That's the message board for the server. So North Point, the starter town, the Birchwood Village message board here at the guard tower is where you're going to find the latest news once I start updating it on a regular basis. I am going to try to get that done in the next couple of days. Okay? Until then, if you have a question, you can pretty much ask anybody that's a regular player on this server. I'm on, and when I'm on, I have no problem talking with you. Ask in chat. Go to the GL Freedom chat right there. Send me a private message. Come to, or send Biddy a message. She primarily talks in GL Freedom, and we're both on the CA Help channel. So ask us if you have a question, or give us, tell us what you're thinking, or just stop in and say hi, whatever. We're going to chit chat with you while we're doing our other stuff. Now, as I said before, if we're recording a video, we may not be able to respond right away, but we will try. Tomorrow will be, I am certainly going to try to do an Iron Man video tomorrow. I have to at least get that done. So I may not get a whole lot of server work done tomorrow. Biddy's going to come in, she said, at some point, and she's going to keep working on these upper 4 rooms. And knowing Biddy, she's probably, now I need the speed. I get so used to that being on. She's probably going to come in and start decorating in here and adding some stuff. And Um, you know, I really don't have a problem with it. I don't, not at all. She asked me how, well, I'm going to exaggerate. She asked me a couple of times, and I was about to say half a dozen times, um, how things looked, what else she could do, how do I want things. I told her the same thing I'm telling you guys. This is your server. Do things the way you want them to do, or set it up the way that you want it set up. Pretend this is your room. Pretend this is your town. Pretend this is your whatever. I don't care. Um, the whole point for North Point, other than the fact that it's kind of at the northern end of the map, um, this is a starting town. But the only thing I wanted to do with it was make a marketplace. Guess what? I made a marketplace. I'm done. Am I still going to make improvements? Am I still going to? Absolutely. But that was my goal right there. I accomplished my goal. Now I'm on to somebody else's goal. We've had several people asking about the beds in the inn. Okay, Biddy, how about we fix the beds? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, I can put the beds in, and um, I could use you for some decorations or whatnot. Okay, what do you want? I don't care. Go hog wild, have fun, figure it out. Decorate the rooms how you want them. And if somebody else came into town and say, "Hey, can I help?" Yes, go ahead and grab that room and decorate it. Well, I didn't want to decorate it. I don't care. Decorate it. Have fun. This is your town. This town may be listed as my deed, but this, North Point, including the mine, the dock, this town belongs to every player on this server. Every player. This is not my town. This is Oliver's. So if you want to come in and do some decorating, if you want to build a stable for animal husbandry, if you want to make an area for carpentry, if you want to do some work on Crafter's Corner, if you want to, you got an idea for something to put in here in this little space over here, whatever, or you want to expand the archery range, I'm not going to tell you no. I have several other towns I can continue to work on. North Point belongs to the players of Seattle Sanctuary. Set it up, advance it, expand on it, however you want. Um, this is our server. This is our town. This is where all new players are going to start. That's the only thing I'm asking you to keep in mind. Make a good impression. Don't turn this into garbage. Don't make it look like the worst place anybody would ever want to be. Make it warm, make it inviting, make it uh, blow people's mind about what all they can do here so that they want to stay and play. And if you think you can do that, come over and do it. I'm going to continue to work on North Point. I'm going to keep putting in my ideas, and I'm going to keep building and expanding and doing what I got to do. I'm going to keep working on the dock. I'm going to keep working on the waterway. I'm going to keep working on way over here somewhere. I'm going to keep working on Outpost 13. I'm going to work on whatever I end up calling the one over there when I decide to make it. Um, and in the middle of all that, I'm still doing the Iron Man videos. I'm going to keep doing those. And then with all of that, I'm still going to be available when I'm online, as long as I'm not making a video, to be able to help my players out help each other out, help the other GMs out, um, chat moderators. I'm going to continue to do what I can for this server on this server because I actually enjoy being here. I haven't even actually turned on another game um, in weeks now. Um, but this is what I want to do. I spend my time here because I enjoy being here. If you want to come here and you want to enjoy this server, I've got several players already that are telling me that they absolutely love this server, and I'm not doing anything special, guys. I'm really not. I'm just trying to make it a decent place for everybody. That's all. Um, so, as a recap, focus number one on server maintenance is going to be working on the waterways. Okay, I'm going to try to take away as much of the shallow water as I can and still leave some of it for people to do things like dredging and expanding their deeds out if they're on the shoreline, so that they're not dumping a million dirt into the water trying to get that level. And net fishing and everything else that they do in shallow water. Deeper boats, and I'm sorry if this makes you mad, but deeper boats are going to have to take a dredge with them. And, if you get into a spot where you're supposed to be dropping off cargo and you can't because it's too shallow, then either A, contact your client and tell them that they need to make arrangements for a different drop location for the future, or B, start dredging. I'm not saying I'm not going to get around to those spots and kind of clean them up a little bit better down the road, but my focus for now is to clean out the channels so that you can go through the middle of them, that you can get somewhat close to shore, because pretty much the whole western side of the mainland is nothing but deep water. But again, go check the topography map. You'll be able to see where the deep water is and where the shallow water is, and worst case scenario, avoid the shallow water. Just make arrangements to go elsewhere. I want you to still check out the map and sail around or whatnot, have fun, but you're going to have to give me some time to get it dealt with. Along with that is the Iron Man videos, but I'm going to keep working on North Point, and I'm going to be focused on getting that new mod pack dealt with. And once I've got it ready, then I will make the announcement of what it is and what it does, so that everybody's aware. And I will give when it is time to get it implemented, I will give everybody several days notice, because it's going to take me about an hour ish to get it implemented. So I'm going to have to shut the server down, remove the other mods that are going to conflict with it, and get this one active and up and running. So it's probably an hour-ish, maybe two, that the server's going to be down, but I'm not there yet. So don't worry about it. It's going to stay up. I did adjust the animal counts recently down to, I think it was 35,000 instead of 65,000, so half. We are still waiting for a good portion of them to die off. There's still a lot of animals on the server. If you want to work your combat, go grab a ton of cotton. Go kill cows, kill chickens, kill goats, kill dogs, all of and possibly pigs. If you're feeling a little bit more brave, take on a seal. You can possibly run your chances with a wolf, but they're a little tougher. Horses are a little tough as well. I don't know about bulls, but I think they're a little tough too. But I mean, gauge what you're fighting, but start whittling down the numbers on the server as far as the domesticated animals. They're going to be the easiest to kill. And yes, the server will replenish. Don't worry about that. Um, but it'll help to whittle down the numbers. Um, and at some point we'll be able to balance out. I did drop the crop timers back down a bit here a week or so ago as well. They're now down at 11 hours per tick. So you should be getting 2 crop timer ticks per day, 24 hours, real life. It's 11 hours real life is what it's supposed to be for a tick. A full cycle, full growth cycle is 5 growths. The ticks don't guarantee a growth. I read somewhere that you could have upwards of 5 ticks without a growth, and then it automatically grows one. So realistically, you could be looking at 25 ticks before that crop is fully grown. You shouldn't have to, though. You should be, I guess, on average, most people are reporting that their crops within about 2, maybe 3 days, real time, are full growth. And that's a good growth period for me. I'm not getting any complaints about the yield, so we're going to leave that one alone. I've had one person say that the yield was too low, but they may have just been used to other servers where the numbers are jacked up. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There hasn't been a whole lot of other changes just yet, other than just everybody trying to advance through. We have several players on the server that now have boats, mostly small boats, but several players have them. We have several deeds going on. We've got a bunch of mining going on. There's one of our players earlier was announcing skill gains that he was getting, and it was just I don't know, maybe I misunderstood, but it seemed like he was just really, really excited about the skill gains he was getting. That's the point. You want to be excited. If you swung your pickaxe once and all of a sudden you were at 50 skill, you wouldn't be so excited about the second swing. If you've swung that pickaxe 1,000 times and you're finally at skill level 10, man, that when you ding 10, you're excited. When you hit 15, you're even more excited because now you get to prospect. It makes it more worthwhile. So this is not a fast-paced server. It will never be a fast-paced server. This is designed for longevity. It's going to be around for a while, and I'm hoping that the players that choose to be on here are going to be around for a while too. That's going to be it for me. Hopefully you guys got something out of the video. If you did, feel free to hit that like button. Tomorrow, remember, is going to be Iron Man and possibly more server work, but I have band practice as well, so I may only do the Iron Man and just bolt on out of here. Depends on what time I get off work. So I guess any questions, comments, concerns, tips, tricks, suggestions, yeah, feel free to leave them down in the comment section. Or worst case scenario, if you don't hear from me, touch base with Old Bitty Gaming. I will be leaving a link as usual in the last 20 seconds of the end card. Or in the end card, the last 20 seconds of this video. See, guys, I'm tired. It's way past my bedtime. And I've been doing this all day and all day yesterday, and my eyes are bugging. So, yeah. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. But that is it for today. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.